So how do we change a belief or a thought? The first step is to become aware of it. And then it is to question, what is this belief? And ask, when and where did I decide this to be true? You might have to go far back. And there may be several instances. And then the next and most important step is to ask, is this belief true? Is it true in every instance? And when is it not true? And start looking for evidence, stacking up evidence when it's not true. This begins to chip away at that belief or thought. And then ask, what is really true? And develop a true statement that replaces that belief or thought. So if you have a voice in your head or an inner critic, you're not alone. You're normal. So the inner voice usually comes from early life experiences. It can be a voice of peers, siblings, adults. They can also be voices of husbands, wives, children, bosses, heard later in life. The inner critic is not a moral guide like a conscience. It is destructive and demeaning. And the best way to get rid of the inner critic is to get quiet and listen to that voice. And it is to step away from that voice so you're listening as an outsider. And record what your inner critic is telling you. You can write it down and ask, whose voice is this? You may be surprised by the answer, and you may be surprised that it may come to you very quickly. In other cases, it may take a little longer. And even if you don't get the answer immediately, start looking for counter arguments or instances when it's not true, so that you can start chipping away at it. Or you can ask yourself, is this going to be serving me? If not, what voice do I want? So replace that voice with a new phrase or affirmation. And so the next time your inner critic begins to speak, replace it with your new phrase. And that breaks the pattern.